Hey everyone, it's Madison Gesiotto coming to you from Florida. You know, on so many occasions we've talked about the selective moral outrage and hypocrisy of the left. But one thing that's really stood out to me lately is the selective moral outrage and the deafening hypocrisy when it comes to sexual assault allegations. Now, this is something we've seen before, but I think it's in the spotlight now more than ever before, honestly. You know, we all lived through the Kavanaugh allegations. You know, this man who was considered guilty until proven innocent, which is the complete opposite of the values and the standards that we have here in the United States. There was very little to no evidence, and they tried to completely slander a man who had, had an impeccable career, an impeccable reputation. Now we have allegations of sexual assault swirling around the Biden campaign. Difference being this time, these allegations actually have much more corroborative evidence. We have the CNN interview of the mother of the accuser when she called into Larry King Live in the 90s, making the accusations at that time. We now have multiple witnesses coming forward saying that they had been told of the sexual assault by the accuser back in the 90s, including somebody who's actually a Joe Biden supporter, who said that she was the neighbor of this woman, Tara Reade, and had been told details back in the 90s about this, as well as Tara Reade's mother, her brother, and potentially others. So we see much more corroborative evidence coming out, but yet CNN, who would have had the exclusive on this, considering it was their network that had the footage, and it was their network that had this call in from this woman back in the 90s, refused to cover it. We're seeing deafening silence. There's no intensive investigation. There's no intense panels on the media like we've seen before. And multiple outlets have contacted Democratic senators and congressmen and women to comment on this. You've seen, really no comments at all, or complete disregard, like in the case of Nancy Pelosi, who says, these are just false allegations. And I think it's very frustrating. It's disappointing to see that people are willing to consider somebody guilty like Brett Kavanaugh, Justice Kavanaugh, simply because they disagree with him politically. And now on the other hand of this, we're seeing that they're willing to consider somebody innocent because they agree with them politically. It's a complete double standard. I don't agree with it. I think every man and woman should be innocent until proven guilty, and that there should be investigations, and we should look at all of the evidence that comes forward critically, regardless of what side it's coming from or which side it's against. And we should never want somebody that has credible sexual assault allegations against them in public office. And so I hope that people will take a deeper look in the Democratic mainstream media and in Congress at these allegations against Joe Biden, and not just disregard them because he's part of their political party.